Hello, welcome to Jassé in the Jeep. It has been 2 weeks since my last Jassé in the Jeep, and for good reason. So my birthday was exactly 2 weeks ago, and then the following week was Thanksgiving. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to take a break for myself and to be with my family, enjoy my birthday, be thankful for another year, and, through the holidays. So I'm back. Jassé in the Jeep is back. As you can see, I'm actually driving versus sitting because, long story, but I have to go get my son. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining in. So today, I'm just going to jump right into it. I almost forgot that I had to do Jassé in the Jeep today because I stopped and for the last 2 weeks for my birthday and for the holiday. So I'm glad that something like tapped me and said, hey, you got something you need to do. And so here I am. So we're just going to get into it. Today I want to talk about life cycles. So basically a life cycle is something that continues to repeat itself. An issue that you might have, circumstances that you might have that continue to repeat themselves, and it doesn't stop unless you learn the lesson. So the best example I can give is if you've ever been drunk before, like right before you throw up. It's so sad. I don't know. I know I will. I'll be like, God, I'll never do this again. Please. Like back in my college days, I remember this. Like, God, I promise if you just let me just make it through this night, I'm never going to do this again. I promise. And you throw up, you lay down, and then the following week, you're happy that it's over. Following week, your girlfriend's like, y'all want to go out? And then you kind of repeat that whole cycle again. That's kind of a life cycle. That's like a short example of what a life cycle would be. You say, I'm not going to do this again, and then you do it again. But in life, it's not that clear. So there's times where people will say, I find a job, the first year I like it, by the second year I'm kind of over it, I'm unhappy with my situation, and then they'll end up getting a new job, and then maybe this time they might like it for 3 years, and then they're not happy with the situation. And they find themselves kind of repeating this cycle. People do it with finances. People do it with relationships. There's so many things. People do it with friendships. And basically, it's like, have you stopped? Hey, Ma, thank you for joining. My mother-in-law's in here. Sorry, guys. Stay focused. It's like, you have to stop to find the root cause of the life cycle. Why is this happening? So I recently, Oprah calls them aha moments. I recently had an aha moment with a life cycle. And I was like, why does this situation constantly happen? Or every few years this situation will happen. And finally, I was like, oh, that's what it is. So to just give you guys some clarity, my mother and my sister, we were talking sometime last week, and we were talking about our life purpose. And so the question was, do you know what your life purpose is? And so I said quickly, yes, I know what my life purpose is. I'm here to help people. And then, conversation went on. And then it wasn't until later on that I was writing in my journal. And I was like, okay, Jassé, you're here to help people. You know that to be your life's purpose. And so then I had to kind of go back to one of the recurring issues that I constantly have. So something that bothers me is I'm a very happy and helpful person, but there's times where I get frustrated when I feel like people are only asking me for help. Only everything is Jassé, or maybe they might not even ask me, but I'll feel like it's something I'm supposed to do. And so then I said, well, Jassé, if you believe that your life's purpose is to help people, why do you get frustrated when people ask you for help? And that was an aha moment for me. So it's almost like, so then what people do you want to help if you don't want to help the people that are closest to you? If it's such a problem at times, or you get overwhelmed, or you feel some type of discomfort when you feel like people are constantly coming to you asking you for help. And then I had to say, oh, that's it. That's the life lesson, or one of the life lessons that I'm supposed to learn. And so that's just simple. And so I bring this up, especially around the holidays, to say if you are feeling like you're stuck or you're unhappy or you find yourself in these common themed situations throughout life, I want to encourage you to sit back and really figure out what could be the root cause. What is the real lesson in this situation, and what could be the root cause that is constantly repeating itself, so that you can break the life cycle. Because that's the thing. Once you truly figure out what the issue is and what the lesson you're supposed to learn is, and you stop doing that thing, then you break it. And then it's almost like God's like, okay, she learned it, she can move on to the next thing. And so I'm just saying this to you guys to say, mine was something simple. I actually had two in the last 2 months. It was one about the helping each other, and then the other one is kind of private, so I won't share it. But and that one was for me more inspirational and more it was more self-awareness for myself. So all I'm saying is, guys, this time through the holidays can be very, very stressful. Families are coming around, people expect certain things from you, your finances are stretched because you are asked to buy gifts and do all of these things. And if you find yourself in a situation where you're just frustrated and you're feeling stuck, or you're being hard on yourself, or you're feeling less than, take a step back and do just some self-reflection and some self-work to say, is this a lesson that God is trying to teach me? Not every time when we're in uncomfortable situations, it's the devil out to get us, or just nothing's working nothing's working for me, or this is just, woe is me, everything seems to go better with everyone else. That's really not the case all the times. A lot of times it's just, maybe it's something that you're supposed to learn. Like I say this all the time, you have to be put in difficult situations to grow, and maybe that difficult situation is just a life cycle that God is saying, we want you to break. So that's all my messages for you guys today on Jassé and the Jeep. It's very, very short. I don't feel like I need to talk you guys' heads off. My videos are usually about, before they would be like 20 minutes, and I feel like people weren't really watching them. So I'm trying to keep them short and sweet, and just to give you guys just a little tidbit to think of during the week. That was mine. That was my aha moment. Next week, I'll come back with another Jassé and the Jeep. Thank you for joining, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye. Namaste.